Hello and welcome to another episode of Child Abuse Awareness with Arlene J. Clark. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips a balance in favor of fair use. And Matthew 18, verse 10, take heed that you despise not one of these little ones. For I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. Matthew 18, verse 6, but whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, he will drown in the depth of the sea. We need to learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed, take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow. Bottom of the screen, the picture about Anthony J. McCants, Ohio, imposed corporal punishment to Jadako Taylor, which caused his demise, his death. Anyone with information is encouraged. Write down the phone number down there just in case if anybody's got any information. There's a contact number at the bottom of the page. It can be anonymous. The Summit County Crimestoppers, there's a number down there for them as well. There's a tip line to call as well or text. So I'll continue playing that at the bottom of the page. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the story. Present. Entire screen. Alright, so we'll go right here. I want to start giving good news on some things as well. So this time, the good news before we started off, it is kidnapped 6-year-old girl. She was discovered during a traffic stop, Kansas troopers say. That's in Wichita, Kansas. A trooper's discovery during a routine traffic stop last month led to the rescue of a 6-year-old girl who had been kidnapped for weeks, according to the Kansas Highway Patrol. The KHP said Saturday in a social post that the incident occurred when the trooper pulled over an SUV for a traffic violation. 2 men in their 60s and a young girl were in the vehicle. The post said a routine check revealed that one of the passengers had an outstanding warrant in the kidnapping of a 6-year-old girl just over a month earlier. My question is, why was he let out of jail, okay? You don't need to let these perpetrators out of jail, see? Just over a month earlier, one of these perpetrators had kidnapped a different 6-month-old, right? 6-year-old, sorry. According to the KHP, the driver also had an extensive criminal history, including past homicide and weapons violations. But thank God they rescued her. Thank God. Here is where this Ohio boy dies after a man allegedly forced him to take ice baths. This is Corporal Punishment. Can y'all see it okay? Here is a sweet little 12-year-old boy. There he is right here. And I'll try to zoom into the picture a little bit, and I don't know if it looks like little bumps right there on his forehead as well. And I'm wondering whether or not it kind of looks a little bruising also. We'll find out his relationship in a few minutes when I show something else, okay? So 12-year-old boy died Saturday, March 22nd in Akron, Ohio, after he was allegedly told to endure ice bath punishments, police said in a criminal complaint. Here's the different Cleveland.com, KGNS, and the Mansfield News Journal. Anthony McCants, 23, was charged with felony child endangerment in connection with the death of Jadako Taylor, 12, according to the Akron Municipal Court. See, that's all he's charged with right now, felony child endangerment. Pathetic, right? Police said McCants was responsible for the safety of Jadako per court documents, Cleveland.com reports, citing the complaint. Their relationship has not been specified, however, authorities said McCants is known to the family, per KGNS. Between 5 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, McCants allegedly forced Jadako to take 2 ice baths, Cleveland.com reports. The first ice bath was 45 minutes, and during the short breaks, Jadako was allegedly forced to do push-ups and other physical activities. The second ice bath lasted 30 minutes, and y'all know the normal body temperature 98.6. So put that in mind when you go to hear the body temperature that he was. These incidents were used as corporal punishment, the complaint alleged, per the Mansfield News Journal. After Jadako's second round of punishment, he began to vomit and seize. Authorities responded to calls of a cardiac arrest around 2:30 p.m. at McCants' home in Akron, Ohio, Summit County Medical Examiner said in a press release. First responders arrived on the scene and discovered a 12-year-old boy unresponsive and not breathing, per the SCME news release. The first responders administered life-saving measures to Taylor on site. Jadako was then taken to Akron Children's Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead at 3:45 p.m. At the time of death, Jadako's body temperature was 74 degrees Fahrenheit, per Cleveland.com. Hypothermia is a condition that occurs when core body temperatures drops below 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Here is the guy right here. Was in charge. Here he is right here. Anthony McCants. See, we seen another thing a few minutes ago where there was another child in Mississippi that was tortured. And now this 3-year-old was tortured and left in the freezer. Look how bad these stories are, y'all. It's not getting any better. McCants is in the custody of the Summit County Jail with a bail of $500,000 bond. A trial date has yet to be set. Anyone with information is encouraged to call the Akron Police Department Detective Bureau at 330-375-2490 or 330-375-2-TIP. So 2-TIP. Representatives for the Summit County Medical Examiner's Office said the Akron Police Department did not immediately respond to people's requests for more information on Tuesday. Okay. If you suspect child abuse, call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4-CHILD. Excuse me, let me get back to over here. Now we could close that one out. Okay, y'all won't be able to hear this, but you'll see what is being said right here, okay? Dispatcher What's going on there, sir? Call her up. My little brother busts his head. So see, there's a relationship. This is a stepbrother, okay? If we get this going. They said a man on this house called 911. Keep keep him on the side for me, okay? You do see his chest rising. Yeah, his chest is rising, his mouth is moving, his heart is pumping. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. Getting over. Sadly, he didn't make it. This is where he was arrested. He's charged with endangering children, a third-degree felony. Okay, so let's go further down on the screen. Okay. So we got to remember to pray for the family of this little boy, right? An Ohio man is accused of forcing a 12-year-old boy to take long ice baths before the boy died. Anthony J. McCants is charged with endangering children, according to court records. Attorney information for McCants was not available. On March 22nd, police in Akron responded to a call and a cardiac arrest, report a cardiac arrest, according to WOIO. The 12-year-old boy was found unresponsive when officers arrived. WKYC reported he was taken to a hospital and later pronounced dead. According to a criminal complaint, the boy was forced to take 2 ice baths, one for 45 minutes and one for 30 minutes, as punishment. WJW reported in between the baths, he was forced to do push ups and other physical activity. The complaint said, according to the outlet, the boy then began to vomit and seize. WOIO reported when he died at the hospital, his core temperature was 74. McCants is known to the boy's family and was in charge of his safety the day of his death. There's been some comments that I've been seeing, and there's been some people who was a friend of this boy and with deep in hearts, they were his friend. They no longer have the friend. He was a nice, good young boy. It's sad that this had to happen to him. And there's more at TikTok. So if y'all will, please like and follow DeannaK.TV at TikTok. And she's got more stories on here to go along with it. So please be sure to follow her. And I see that says Channel 19, and Channel 19 is an Huntsville, Alabama channel. But thank you so much for coming in and listening to this. Hey, Jonah, good to see you. Yeah, who does that? That's right. He needs to go to prison. He hasn't even got charged with the murder of the boy. All he got is child endangerment in the third degree. I mean, it's a third misdemeanor. But nothing about being charged with the murder or nothing, anything yet. That's crazy. And this was a stepbrother that was responsible for this boy. This is sad, and it's bullying. Children are defenseless. Exactly. And see, this guy right here, Anthony, he was 23 years old. So he's 13 years older than his stepbrother, the one he. This is a sad situation. And when you do look at the picture, I don't see how good y'all can see it, but up there, when you look at it closely, it really does look like he's got bruises up here on his forehead. Look like two huge knots. I'm not sure whether y'all see it or not, whether I don't know. I didn't see him every time to see. Um, so I'm wondering how much he's been abused. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I can get it bigger. Can y'all see that? Look under his eyes. Oh man, when you look under his eyes, it looks like he's got black eyes too. Look, or maybe he's on the football team. I don't know. Right? I don't know. See under his eyes right there. See right here. Look like he's got bruised right here. Right here, he's got bruises. Look under his eyes. How black up underneath there. Wow. Wow. So please give lots of love to the other family members who are dealing with this. Yes, it breaks my heart as well. Even the older kids, some people might say, well, you should have done a story on a younger kid. No, I shouldn't. I had this pulled in my heart that I should do this little boy story. He needs a voice too for him to advocate for him. And I will be sure to do it. And I appreciate and love each one of y'all standing up, sticking up. Appreciate y'all. And God bless y'all. Please give hearts for this young boy and pray for justice. And I don't know why he would have the main reason of taking care of that little boy being so cruel like that. Makes you wonder if he was done that way by some ways, what kind of torture would happen to him. But still, it's no excuse. He's an adult, right? It's no excuse for that behavior, what he had done. And then knowing that he was vomiting and seizing, and then what does he do? Puts him back in the water? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. He's still a child. Yeah. It's heartbreaking seeing some of the comments and some of the people knowing him from school and was a friend of his from school. It's very touching, man. It's very touching. Thank y'all so much, and God bless, and please put the word out about this little angel. We're going to call it Anna's Angels Art and Image Studio Show. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. This little boy's life mattered too. God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank you again.